Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're a fan of Ragnarok X Next Generation and you are looking to create a stalker like mine, a longbow stalker, then today we'll be diving a little bit deeper into the mechanics, the gear, the skills, and strategies that you can use to build your own stalker. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that this is the right way to build a stalker. It's just that this is how I built mine and it kind of works for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So why would someone pick a longbow stalker? Well, the stalker class is unique because it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can sneak around and deal massive damage from a distance, and also support your team in a variety of ways. If you like hitting enemies from far while staying mobile, then this build is for you. So first, let's talk about stat allocation. Well, for my stalker, what I did is I put everything into strength, because that's basically where my physical attack is coming from. You see all 80 points of strength were filled up, and the rest goes into dex, because dex gives you hit rate and also additional P attack, as well as additional haste for cooldown of your skills. Then the rest goes to vit. Now keep in mind this is for PvE. Okay, because if it's for PvP, I'll put everything that I have into Vit so that I can stay longer. I can, like, not a lot of people can one hit me, and I can hide and recover, then I can engage again. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the skills. So for PvE, your priority should be your double strafe, your repeated shot, and your triangle shot. So all of those should be filled up, as well as evoked, dip, hiding, improve dodge, enchant poison, of course, and a little bit of detox. This one is a very good skill, like once you have enough skill points. So Gangster's Paradise essentially gives you 30% P attack when there's only one monster around you. So it's very good for like boss hunting and stuff, since you can like reposition to where there is no monster or it's only the boss that you're hitting. It automatically gives you 30% P attack. Also in PvP, it's very much, useful, because if you're like hitting someone, you do have the chance to decrease their move speed by 50%. I mean, 20% chance to decrease their move speed for 50%, and the slow effect lasts 2 seconds, and it's very good. So, of course, Vulture's Eye to extend your range and increase your double strafe and triangle shot damage. Repeated shot is very important so that you can get that, automatic double strafe procs and range toxic attack. You only use this once you have like 10 stacks. If you put it in auto, it won't automatically like be used once it cools down, but it automatically releases once your dip stacks are 5 and above. So for example, um I'm hitting the boss. I'm hitting something right now. So I already have 10 dip stacks. If I use that skill, see, it deals around 8 million to 10 million damage. Now, if I am to put that on auto, see, once you get like above 5 stacks, it will automatically be released, see. So, it's good to put it in auto, but it's better to just manually hit it once you get dip stack 10 so that you can deal massive, massive damage. Another skill you should get, like, once you have enough skill points, is this one, Deadly Arrow. So basically what it does is that every time you do a double strafe triggered by repeated shot, there's a chance that you add 1 stack of dip. And then if you actively cast double strafe, there's a chance to get 2 stacks. Triangle shot gives 3 stacks. So if you have this skill and you have all of this maxed out, it'll be easy to get to 10 stacks. Like, look at my stack in here. It's just every time double strafe or triple shot is used or procs, it goes automatically up. I mean, I have range toxic right now in auto, that's why it keeps on releasing in 5, but I mean, it should be easy to get 10 stacks once you have that skill. Um, Now let's go ahead and talk about my PvP skills. So during PvP, these are the active skills that I'm using. First is hiding, assault, double strafe, triangle shot, enchant poison, rot arrow, manhole, and detoxify. For the passives, what I have is Gangster's Paradise, of course, repeated shot, Vulture's Eye, evoked, and improved dodge. So my combo begins with me hiding and then running towards my target, then hitting him with an assault. So basically what happens is that when you hit an enemy with assault while you're in a hide status, it stuns them and it deals critical damage, so it's very good damage too. If if they're immune to stun, what will happen is that you'll just slow them for like 3 seconds for a little bit. Yeah, it says here 40% slow to the target for 3 seconds. And then once I do that, I just uh unleash double strafe, triangle shot, and normal attacks on them. If they're not dead, I just like reposition, go into hiding, and then repeat everything else. Well, if enemies are grouped together and they're like not going away from each other, I try to hit them with rot arrow. So, I mean, this deals not much damage, but it's decent. But what I like about it is the slow that it does. So it basically slows the enemy's move speed by 50% for 3 seconds. Also, if you hit like a lot of enemies with rot arrow, every enemy you hit is like -1 second for the cooldown. So let's say it's 17 seconds for the cooldown. You hit 5, so that's 17 minus 5. Cooldown will be 12 seconds. And it's good. It's like a good option for damage if you can't really like, stay in free hit stuff. For manhole, I try to do manhole for like Peko riders or assassins that keeps on chasing me. So what it does is that it makes them, trapped and untargetable for like 4 seconds. And then, I can run, hide, regen, reposition with that time. And they can like, look for me again. The only downside is that you cannot like manhole continuously. Like if as an enemy is manhole like right now, you won't be able to manhole them again for 19 seconds. You have to wait until it can be effective again. But it's a good option too if you're like hide is in cooldown and you really want to get out of the opponent's face. You can use manhole. Detoxify is a must if like you're facing assassins or other stalkers that likes to poison you and your party. So I keep it at 5 so I can get that low cooldown. So if you heal a poisoned uh friendly, or I mean if you heal yourself even, you get a heal for like 10% too. So it's a good skill to have. I'll show you like some KVM videos that I do so you can see what I mean with opening up with hide, assault, and then normal attacks. Now let's talk about the gears or the equipments. For PvE, this is what I use. I stuck with the level 40 white white set because the effect is nice. So at maximum tier, it provides this effect, increases damage dealt by 10.5% when the target's HP is below 30%. So it's very useful for AFK farming and very useful for boss hunting as well. Because the other sets provides like, little to no damage. And some sets even require you to get hit first before the effect can activate. And as range characters, we don't get hit that much. That's also the reason why I did not go for the Odin set, the gold armor, because the effect is not that good for me. It says for every 8% max HP of total damage taken, it increases your final damage bonus. But you have to take damage first. And if you're a range character, you'll struggle in like, taking damage because you're almost always very far away from the enemy. So it's kind of waste buying Odin. The only positive thing that you can get from this is that you will get a lot of HP when using gold equipment. So it makes you a little bit tankier, but you know, for PvE, since PvE in global is very easy, you have to focus on your damage output. So I suggest just staying on the white 40s until the end, until like no further updates. So yeah, for the accessories, I opted to go with the strength rings because, I mean, strength rings are good, even if they're blue or purple or gold. I mean, it's always good to go for strength. Now, you can go for the physical attack rings or crit rings, like for example, this one. Let's say Ring of Shadow gives you P attack and crit, which of course you both need. It's good for early game, but you won't be really able to use it end game because the ceiling for this equipment is very low. Like you can only go up to a certain P attack using this, and in the future you'll end up just like discarding it compared to strength rings that you can get a lot of strength from different sources. So if you are like thinking long term, just go for strength rings. So it doesn't matter what color. I mean, if you can get like blue upgraded to refine 6, that's good enough. If you can get purple, that's close to gold as well. I mean, that's good. So what I have is a +7 blue. It's like 25% increase in strength. It's good. And purple, it's 24% plus 2.2%, so that's about 26.2% of strength. So the more strength you have, the more effective the strength rings are going to be. So that can partner up with your, with you allocating all your stats to strength and getting strength pet books. So as you can see, all my strength, I mean, no, all my pets have the strength scrolls on them. So if you have like 6 pets active and you only use like blue, so that's 41 strength per pet. That's already 246 additional strength that you're getting. And the strength rings will also go with that. So yeah, you do the math and then you get like, like this, a 1400 strength. And you should be good. Like right now, if I am to just do a self buff on me because one of my pet has a blessing skill. So let's wait for, yeah, there we go. He casts blessing. So I can go up to 30k in P attack because I have blessing from the pet and they all have strength on them. I put strength, vit, dex because those are my priority stats. So strength for damage, vit for survivability, dex for additional damage and haste. So yeah, for my accessory, early game, do not use crit talismans. Like avoid using this. Or like if you're just level 40, 50, and you don't have a lot of attack speed, avoid using this. Um, just use any attack speed talisman. I was using attack speed talisman prior to me switching to this because it's better. You see, your main damage output comes from your automatic double strafes and how fast you attack. And the attack speed talisman basically covers that. Now, if you reach a point where you're more than 1000 attack speed, that's the time that you can like switch to a crit damage talisman and then respec your enchantments to attack speed because you'll be needing that. It's very hard to get attack speed early. If you're using a crit talisman, you'll be stuck at around 500, 600 attack speed, which is not enough. For this, like for the crit damage attack speed, I think the ideal, I mean for the crit damage talisman, the ideal attack speed will be around 800 to 1000. Once you can reach that with using the crit talisman, then you should be good. But otherwise, stick with the attack speed talisman and make sure you're on 120 crit. So, I mean, the damage is, I mean, it is significant. Crit talisman is stronger than attack speed talisman, of course, because of the crit damage bonus, but you have to have the appropriate attack speed for that. Because if you're like level 50, level 60, and you use crit talisman, I mean level 40, 50, use crit talisman early, and you only have like 500, 600 attack speed, you won't do damage as much as another stalker who has like an attack speed talisman with the same build because he's gonna proc DS more. That's more automatic double strafes that will happen compared to you. Like, you know, double strafe will is gonna be stronger than just your normal crit attacks. So attack speed first and then crit once you can get 800 attack speed. That's just my 2 cents. Now for the weapon, you can use any weapon that you want. I was using like a purple weapon first because that's what's available. But I wanted to like get more damage. That's why I bid for this longbow. And it's very ideal for longbow stalkers because our skills are primarily based on crit. And this bow, like, deals a lot of critical hit damage. And enchants that I use, this is the Morok enchant, final P damage bonus. Don't use the Islud enchants, they're trash. So just stick with Morok, final P damage bonus. Some people said I should be using like poison, but I don't know, this is more universal to me, so I just stuck with final P damage bonus. For the armors, I just use the prompt enchants and then get all the strength that I get since I'm using strength rings. So you see all my armors are on strength enchants. For the accessories, it depends on what I need. If I need like a more final crit, I'll get final crit. If I need more attack speed, I'll get attack speed from, these are all Morok enchants, by the way. They're very easy to enchant right now. Materials are cheap. Like right now, my attack speed is around 840%, which is enough. Like that's 5 point something attacks per second, and that's good enough. And my final crit is 115 or something. That's just the base final crit, 115 or 114. Plus you get additional 10 crit with evoked. So that makes you around 120, which is sufficient, and it's the acceptable amount, 110 to 120, and you should be good for crit. For the headgears, PVE, I just use Marduk on all of them. Final P damage bonus. It's always good to have final P damage bonus, but make sure you have the physical attack and the other modifiers like crit damage, poison to go with it, additional multipliers. So yeah, that's about it for my equipments for PvE. Now, for to reach the stats that I have right now, you have to make sure that you're following your awakening. Like I have awakening for refine with all of them going +6, all of them upgraded to 60, and all of my enchants are, I mean, yeah, they're all supposed to be 10. So let me show you my awakening. So upgrade, they're all 60. Refine, they're all 6. One is 7. Then enchant, they're all level 10, and 12 of them have like purple or higher enhancement. I mean, the awakening really helps a lot on your stats, so don't forget about that, because I see some people like they're just upgrading their weapons, they're just upgrading their accessories, and they don't upgrade their armors. In the end, they don't even go past awakening 2 or 3, and that's very bad because you unlock more damage every tier up that you do. So yeah, for the cards that I'm using with the equipment, if I'm lacking crit, I'll put crit cards on them as well as attack speed. But right now I'm set partially, so yeah. Right now for the accessories, I use Bowman card for additional strength, and Hammer wielding Kobold card for strength and final crit, and then another Bowman card. But if you're like free to play, you can just stick to soldier skeleton cards for the crit, or golem cards if you need attack speed. For the weapon, I need these two wolf cards. It's a huge boost in attack speed, total of 80%. I mean, if I didn't have Strauss card, I'll probably have like another wolf card attached to this, but since they dropped me a Strauss card, I might as well use it. I mean, crit damage 20% is huge. For the armors, just HP cards will do. Again, you don't have to copy the cards, just put in what you need. If you lack crit, use the soldier skeleton card. If you lack attack speed, use the golem card. I think my soldier skeleton card for additional crit. There. You see, that's why I have like extra accessories that I have for when I want to go attack speed build. Because if I go attack speed build, I'll be needing additional crit. That's why I put them on some extra accessories. That's one good thing for Ragnarok Global. For the ROX Global, the enchantments stick with your character, not with the equipment. So no matter what equipment you enchant, you always stay in the same level. And that's good. It's very, very good. Now let's talk about PvP equipments. So right now I'm running in full Murphy. So you can see my HP is a little bit higher than what I have during compared to when I was on the PvE equipment. I think what I had back then was like 330,000. Right now on my PvP set, it's about 510,000. Because I mean, survivability is really important in in KVMs and GVG. So anything PvP related, it's always HP that matters. So for stat allocation, just like what I said earlier, I put everything into VIT for PvP, and then the rest or the excess goes into strength or dex. And then that's about it. For the equipment, nothing much has changed. It's just that I have Murphy's on +6. That's why I do have a lot of HP. I do also have like HP cards on them. For the Mantu, I have the Orc Zombie card for demi-human damage reduction. Yeah, demi-human damage reduction is effective during PvP. For the enchants, I have a little bit of Geffen, a mix of Geffen and Pion enchants for PvP. So I have PvP final damage, a bonus damage to demi-human, and then for the armors, well, for the armors, yeah, same demi-human damage reduction, final P damage reduction PvP, same for the shoes. For this one, the armor, I do have like another armor that's enchanted with Geffen. It's in here, PvP, final M damage and P damage reduction. But I opted to go for this one. It's a Morok enchant, and it's HP regeneration per 5 seconds. So basically what happens that every 5 seconds you get HP back to you depending on your maximum HP. You see I have 510,000 HP, right? And if I am to look at that stat, HP regen per 5 seconds is 19.6, almost 20%. So what happens that every time I get damage, and then 5 seconds go past, I get 100,000 heal every 5 seconds, and that's basically good, provided that your enemy is not like an overpowered whale that can burst you. But if it's just a normal person, they can't kill you with that you're like regenerating 100k every 5 seconds. But that's not for for free to play. If you're free to play, just aim for like any enchant stuff. Strength will do. If you don't have access to Geffen or Pion enchants, strength is okay. No shame in that. But that's what I have right now. I'm just showing you what I have, or what you can get in the future. So with my Murphys up to +6, what happens is that I get a little bit tanky during KVM and GVG. So you can see my final P damage reduction per PvP is 85%, and M damage reduction is 81.77%. So that's a lot. You can take a lot of hits for that. So what happens is that if I get like hit or I think I'm in danger, I can tank a little bit of damage and then just go into hiding and then reposition and stuff. And that works most of the time. But if I'm facing a whale, like some assassin that can sonic blow or for 800,000 or 700,000, then there's nothing I can do. So yeah, so that's my PvP set. For the headgear, I have nightmare cards for the additional regen, but if you don't have access to nightmare cards, I know this is like endgame stuff, because I think nightmares are around level 80. I just got them from the event, that's why I have it. You can just use Marduk cards for additional damage and also silence resistance. For the accessories, of course, you have to have Obion cards. I did not equip them because I don't have enough crystals to like, remove the cards and put the cards back. But I do have 3 Obions ready in case I'm to go for KVM or GVG. So you put them on your accessories and stuff, and you should be good. So for, I guess, free to play players, just aim for like +4 everything. +4 Murphys and Pantera enchants, and make sure you hit that 800 above attack speed and 110, 120 crit, and you should be good. Like right now, my attack speed is around, yeah, still 540. Crit will be a little bit lower because I don't have my crit cards. Should be with Obion, but I mean, it's sufficient. It should be good. Now, last thing is your shadow equipment skills. So I have mine on SE5 for the bow. Well, I have dagger in SE4 because I started as the stalker as a dagger version, and you know, I felt like it was lacking damage. It did not give me what I wanted. That's why I switched to bow. But anyways, dagger stalkers now are buffed. They are dex based and they are very useful in GVG and KVM situations. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what I have for the bow. So for inscription, of course, I have strength, crit, and I plan to max the attack speed too, because I'm still not, up to par with my previous attack speed when using the attack speed talisman. So I plan to max that out, and you know, these are all also important for PvP. So right now I only have a physical damage reduction for PvP, and I haven't touched the debuff enhancement or the buff duration reduction yet because I don't really see much use of it. So right now, I mean, if I were you, if you're an SE4 or 5, just focus on strength, crit, and attack speed and crit damage, and you should be good. For Pioneer, physical attack, it's always good to have physical attack, but this one provides like, minimal improvement to your physical attack. So I'd rather max crit, final crit, and final P damage bonus. For that, if you don't have enough attack speed, put some attack speed in that as well. A lifesteal in global is like meh, and I don't really feel it that much. But I mean, for additional regen, you can put some in there too. And physical damage bonus for PvP, it's always good. For the bound skill, I use dip 2. So increases your enchant poison damage, and each stack of dip additionally boosts your poison attribute by 1. So if you have like 10 stacks, that's additional 10% poison attribute. And also, your normal attacks have a 4% chance to add dip effect to you. So the more your attack speed is, the faster you attack, the faster you accumulate dip, and the faster that you get the dip bonus. Or you can like use um your poison arrow. For the engrave skill, I use double strafe 2. So it increases the active skill damage of DS by 40%, so that's huge. And every time you cast Double Strafe, your crit damage bonus increases by 14%, lasting 5 seconds. And if you have like enough attack speed and crit, your Double Strafe will cool down fast. Like every crit that you do, it's -1 cooldown to your Double Strafe and your Triangle Shot. So might as well get this Double Strafe too. Some people might get this repeated shot, one to increase their chance of triggering the automatic double strafes, but I don't find it useful because it's only like 1.1% and the final P damage bonus is only 6%, lasting 3 seconds, so I don't really use that. Double strafe 1 you can ignore, just focus on double strafe 2 once you're on SE5. But if you're on SE4, just use the first one. For validation, I also use Triangle Shot too. What I like about this is that every time you use Triangle Shot, it increases your crit damage bonus by 16%. So for 5 seconds. So if you add that up with your DS2, that's about 30% of crit damage bonus being added every time you cast Double Strafe and Triangle Shot. So those are big. So yeah, that's about it for my SE skills. I'm still very far away from SE6. So I need about 22 of this purging longbows and 49 of blessing marks. And I think I did some calculation. I need about 900k crystals to hit that, but I'm not planning on doing it in the near future because I don't even have the mats to level my skills up. So I'll wait for them to be maxed out before I try for SE6. Also, I'm scared because it's only 66%. That's like 2 out of 3 chance, and 1 out of 3 that you'll fail. So yeah, that's about it for my shadow equipment. For the pets, I think I showed you a little bit earlier. This is my PVE pet. Let's go back. This is the yo-yo is what I use for PVE. So yo-yos, they have this passive wagging tail, increases your crit damage bonus for every something seconds. And what's important is that it has Singer. Singer basically increases your final damage bonus by 22%. So that's very big. I mean, this is the orange Singer. If it's a different color, it's gonna be a little bit lower. Another one that I have here is the Assault Leader. This is small, but it's not cheap to get new skills, so I just stuck with it. So every time your pet like hits an enemy, you do get 0.27% final damage bonus up to 20 stacks for 5 seconds. So, I mean, if that accumulates, it's also a little bit of help. And then for the third skill, this is just a random skill I pick up. I don't have the time to I don't have the time and crystals to replace that. So, I mean, it should be like attack speed mastery so that my pet can accumulate stacks fast for Assault Leader. Um, but on the other hand, PvP I use a 5-star ISIS. So special effect for 5-star ISIS is that every pet star level of the ISIS, you multiply it by 9, and that gives you final P damage bonus. So let's say you have it in 5, 9 times 5 is 45. So you have like 45% PvP final P damage bonus that lasts for 7 seconds. And the cooldown is also low, 20%, I mean 20 seconds. So that's about 33% uptime of that bonus damage. So, I mean, if you were into PvP, just get your ISIS now. It's very good. Make sure you rush it to level 5, I mean to 5 stars. and it's all good. For the characteristics, I have Singer on purple. See, it's only 17.5% because it's purple. Then Demi-Human, because, PvP. Demi-Human works on PvP. I plan to change this for a medium mastery, so, we deal more damage to medium targets like, other players. But for some reason, it just won't give me medium, so yeah. Skills that I have with them, I like strength, wit, and then blessing for additional stats. Yeah, blessing and strength. This one is a random skill that I pick up. And for the rest, just strength, wit, dex. And of course, I have my gathering companions in there. Yeah, that's about it for the pet. So that's about it for my current build and progression. I guess you can also call this like, a guide to follow if you want a stalker like this. I mean, if you can watch my KVM videos, you'll pick up a lot of stuff in there, like how to deal with opponents, what to do in certain situations. And, stalkers are fun. Like, it's a combination of an assassin and sniper. So if you're into PvP or GVG, this build is fantastic. You can use this to like shoot opponents from far away. So the key is like, use your range to your advantage and know when to disengage. Like if you know you're in danger, run and hide and reposition. So because you have vulture's eye like the sniper, so you can hit from far away. And you know, keep an eye on your positioning. Use like the terrain, the fountain on the KVM matches. You can very much use that to run from the opponents. Keep on circling them while you're hitting them. The last thing you want is to get caught in the middle of the fight where your mobility or your hiding skills are limited. And yeah, don't forget you have your manhole. Like, it's like a trap that you can use to get out situations. So yeah, hope you learned something. Some KVM videos to follow just to show you how it works. I know this is not for like free to play stuff, but I mean, you get the idea. Again, I mean, the skills will be the same, the equipments will be, somewhat the same. You just need crit, attack speed, and balance. Again, don't go for crit early, go for attack speed, and, use your automatic double strikes to your advantage. And yeah. So if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Ragnarok X next generation tips and tricks about longbow stalkers. So let me know like in the comments if you do have questions or if you want to see more builds or guides. And thank you for watching and good luck on your stalker. Thank you.